Hey guys, second video. I bet you love these. I'm kind of having fun with this. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so the next part of what we're going to do, once you know how to find factors of a certain number, now we're going to put it to these quadratic expressions. Again, these are quadratic expressions because quadratic means the highest exponent is 2. All of these have the highest exponent of 2. And expression means there's no equal sign. So we're not solving these. And we're not actually doing directions yet. We're going to do something called factoring quadratics. And you'll see why we use that later. But what I want you guys to get for now is, oh my gosh, whoops. I bet you guys are probably laughing at me. Hopefully that makes it entertaining. Okay. Looking at these are all quadratics, and they're pretty much in standard form, except they don't have an equal sign. So what I mean by that is they all kind of look like this. ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So what I want you guys to do then is we're going to do this thing called factoring. Well, you're going to find the factors of c that add up to b. Again, find the factors of c that add up to b. C is that constant number at the end. B is the number in front of the x. Okay, so looking at number 1, what is our c? 28. And we're trying to find the factors of c. When I'm talking about factors of c, I'm talking about what times what will equal 28. Hopefully you're not getting a headache from watching this. I'm trying to hold this and write at the same time. Okay, so again, finding the factors of c. So what times what equals 28, because 28 is our c. But then you also want those numbers, those factors that you find, you want those factors to be able to add up to b, which in number 1, the b is 11. So what plus what equals 11? So we want the same numbers in the first spot and second spot of both items that I just created. Okay, well, thinking of the factors of 28, that's what I start with. Okay, 1 times 28 gives me 28. But does 1 plus 28 equal 11? No. So I'm going to keep going with my factors of 28. Let's think about 2. 2 goes into 28. 2 goes into 28 2 times, oh gosh, 14. 2 times 14 equals 28. Does 2 plus 14 equal 11? No, that doesn't work. Okay, does 3 go into 28? No. Does 4 go into 28? Yes, 4 goes into 28. 4 times 7 equals 28. Does 4 plus 7 equal 11? Yes, it does. So that's our answer. 4 and 7 are going to be the factors that make both statements true. 4 times 7 equals 28. 4 plus 7 equals 11. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, you're finding the factors of c that add up to b. These numbers have to be the same in both of them. So 4 and 7 are the factors that will help us to solve number 1 later, but that's not what we're focusing on today. Okay, number 2. Okay, now we're looking at our c. I want you to factor this, and what we're doing first is what times what equals, well, what are the factors of our c? Our c is negative 63 this time, that add up to b. What plus what equals negative 63. And this is where it's going to get tricky, because now I threw in a negative for you guys. Now you have to figure out, okay, oops, whoa, I completely did this wrong. What is it supposed to add up to? It's supposed to add up to b, and b is our 2. Okay, hopefully someone caught that or was making weird faces while you're watching this video. It's a Sunday. I promise that was a bad joke. Okay, anyways, what times what equals negative 63, but what plus what equals 2? So just kind of think of numbers that go into 63. 1 and 63. Does that add up to 2 somehow? Nope. And once you kind of start getting the hang of it, you don't have to go in order. 63, oh, what is it, 7 and 8? Is that right? Gosh, I'm going to have to get a calculator out right now. Okay. 63 divided by 7. Oh, 7 and 9. Ooh. Okay, would 7 and 9 somehow get me 2? Yes, because 7 times 9 is 63. Okay, but we have negative 63. So that means one of them has to be negative. Should 7 be negative or should 9 be negative? Well, when we add them, we need a positive 2. So think about that. Negative 7 plus 9 or 7 plus a negative 9? Hopefully you said a negative 7 and a positive 9. So negative 7 times 9 will give me 63, negative 63. But negative 7 plus 9 will give me 2. So negative 7 and 9 are the factors that will be used later to factor this problem. Okay, number 3. And I usually start out by doing this, so I was wanting to get in the habit, but I also do my little rule out to the side. What times what equals my C, which is negative 6, and what plus what equals our B. Our B is negative 5. So you multiply to get the C, add to get the B. Okay, well, 1 and 6. Can 1 and 6 somehow get me 5, adding or subtracting? Yes, they would give me negative 5 if I made this a negative 6. Will that still work in my multiplying? A 1 and a negative 6? 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. Yes, that works. 1 plus a negative 6 equals negative 5. So there's your factors that multiply to get to C, but add up to B. Hopefully this is making sense to you, not confusing. Should be getting a little bit easier. Okay, same thing to do. We have a quadratic. If I want you to factor, I'm just trying to find what are the factors of 80. So what times what equals 80? But they have to add up to our B, which this time our B is a negative 18. Now guys, this is kind of funny. How am I going to get a number that's going to multiply to be positive 80, but add up to be negative 80? Okay, hopefully some of you already caught on. Well, oh gosh. Sorry, my battery just said low battery. Okay. Alright, here we go. I'm almost done. Hopefully you're kind of getting 8 and 10. 8 times 10 will give me 80. And 8 plus 10 will give me 18. But how do I get them to be negative 18? Well, make them both negative. Okay, there we go. Negative 8 and negative 10 make negative 18. But can I make just this a positive and a positive? No, they have to be the same. So if they're both negative, does that still work? A negative 8 times a negative 10 is positive 80. Yes, that's true. A negative times a negative is a positive. But when we're adding, same signs, add them and keep it negative so it still worked. So you might need to remember those addition rules and multiplication rules. When you multiply, a negative times a positive is a negative. When you multiply a negative times a negative, you get a positive. I hope I said that right. Okay, then our addition rules, same signs, add them and keep it. Different signs, subtract, sign of the bigger number. Okay, that was kind of a long video. Now you guys have the rest of the worksheet to finish up. And this is all you need to do. Just get to this step and you're done. Okay? Please make sure you know how to do this because tomorrow is going to be tougher. So don't try to cheat using photo math or whatever. I mean, you're only hurting yourself and I'm not wasting time. We don't have much more left until summer break and I'm so excited. But that means I can't spend any extra time on this stuff. Okay, so tomorrow I will be moving on. Please make sure you understand this part. It's really not too hard. Heck, watch this video a couple times just to pass time by. Be good for the sub. Bye.